So after I realized more that depression was not simply my just lack of being able to feel good, it really was all of these other things that I had been struggling with my whole life. I never connected the dots that it was the same thing. I have extreme separation anxiety. I stress out just about the littlest tiny things, like which side of the bed to get out of, um, when should I wake up, just little pointless things that really don't affect the day. Or if somebody asks me, hey, do you want to go to the park or anything like that, I feel so overwhelmed. I don't know why. I don't know. There's no reason to be, and I want to go, but it seems like everything fights against me to get ready and to actually go. So I made a list of all of the things in my life that I struggled with, and then I started looking up different um, qualifications and symptoms and things that depression stems from. And all of the things that I written down were um, because of depression. And so I then started realizing more that this is not just, I always thought that I just had a bad attitude. I just figured that I must not be able to keep um, good, healthy thoughts going through my head long enough, and I just get myself down. And like, I knew that depression, being sad, was a thing, but I didn't fully understand the full scope, even with my own life and how it really had affected everything. And so, kind of with that realization, we decided that if it really is a chemical, hormonal imbalance inside of my body, then um, we want to try medications again. So that's what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks now, and I kind of wanted to go over so that other people that might decide to take medications can kind of be prepared for the effects of it and what it might do. When we went to the doctor, he said that he wants me to take it for 6 weeks, and after the 6 weeks, we will see whether or not it's working by the end. And during the first 6 weeks, you can have all sorts of reactions to it. But unless they're severe, he said that it's just normal and fine. So, and that he wouldn't call it a fail on the medication unless it's a severe thing. So unless like you really do need to get help or stop taking the pills and then call the hospital, like do that. So I wrote down notes and things every day, what I was feeling, what was going on. And for the first week, um, I had frequent, like really bad up and down, just I felt totally just chill and happy, and then a few seconds later just in the slumps, totally down, and I could not carry on a conversation with my husband totally happy the whole time. I was like start out happy and then end really just sad and down. But the whole week I was so tired. It has been so hard to get off the couch still, and just so fatiguing to do anything beyond the normal tasks. Um, my desire to do things started coming back a little bit about halfway through the week, but I was still so tired and just felt useless feeling, just I couldn't do anything, that it didn't really make a difference really. Then let's see. Oh, I've never been a snacker. I do not like to snack on food. I like to eat and then be done with food, and then I kind of forget about it. And I have like I've had hot and cold flashes, and I get so shaky that I have to eat frequently. So I have to carry around with me some type of little snack now because I get so shaky and just hot and cold flashes if I don't eat. And I've never had that before. I felt really nauseous and lightheaded. Then I can't really do much with food still. Food is really hard to be around. I um, just the decision making, trying to decide if it's good or not, is really hard. It makes me want to throw up. That's been a tough one because my kids need to eat during the day, and then for dinner time, I used to make dinner, but I can't right now. My husband's been taking over for that because it's so hard for me to be around food. And if I think about it, then I can't eat it. Um, I lost 2 pounds in the first week, and I don't know if that's because of the medication or what, but that was another thing that happened. Um, I started by day 4 finally being able to push myself a little bit. I got in my will back a little bit of like, okay, I don't feel great, but I can make myself do something now. So that was relieving to finally feel like I could do something. Um, the first day that I started taking the medication, I uh, was not a smart thing. I went on a drive just around the block to help out some people. And when I did that, I got so disoriented. I forgot where I was. I kind of got really panicky because anyways, it was a very surreal experience. And so my recommendation is don't drive anywhere for the first few days. By day 4, I did. I was able to drive a little bit, but then I started having like panic attacks, just seeing the other vehicles and the fast movements, and so I had to get out of the driver's seat, and my husband took over. But then by day 5, my panic attacks were getting really, really hard. I almost called the hospital that day because I didn't think I would be able to handle it, and um, luckily by the time my husband got home and he took care of things, and I was able to just close myself in the room and just veg for a while, that helped. It didn't get rid of the panic attacks, but they were really only bad the one day. And now I still have many, like, I feel kind of like you would with stage fright. I just feel scared of nothing in particular, not like even when I'm by myself right now, I feel tense and scared, but there's nothing going on that should be scary. And I've never really I've had panic attacks before, but they've always been because of something. I've never had them like this where I'm just scared for no reason. There's nothing going on that I should be scared about. I've been very tense, very heavy feeling. It's really hard to get to sleep. I'm so tired, but it's so hard to fall asleep at night. And then when I do fall asleep, I'm still dreading trying to figure out how to live the next day that I've been sleeping in, and I don't like sleeping in, so that's been hard to get used to, of just feeling so groggy and out of it. Um, and then I was able to go grocery shopping on day 7 of taking this, and it was so hard. Like, I have been laying on the couch for a whole week and of taking the medications, but for 2 weeks of my own depressed state, that I was so just so limp, so weak. And so while I went grocery shopping, I was probably there for like 2 hours. And after walking around for the 2 hours, I was so dead. I was shaky. I could not stand up anymore. And when we got home, I could not move, and I needed to go to the bathroom, but I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom. So I just had to hold it for a long time. And then this next week, things have kind of calmed down some they've gone up and down and up and down, but I've I had extreme anger for the first part of the second week. It was not. I was very easily uh, frustrated, I guess. Just every little sound, noise, movement, um, having to even turn my head a little bit would just make the lights and everything. I just felt so foggy. But then, let's see, by day 11 of taking the medications, I was finally able, I got off the couch and I cleaned the house, I helped our kids, I did my hair, I um, started figuring out our family councils and stuff, doing things that I like to be involved in with our family. Anyways, I started being more normal, doing my normal thing. But that was by day 11, and it's been a long road. This is day 14, and um, I still feel tense and scared, and I still have many panic attacks. But it's getting, there is some improvements in some areas. I don't know if this will be the answer or not, and the doctor said that it may or may not work. So we'll go from there and see, and I'll try to keep updating on what the different results are. But it's kind of, it would have been helpful for me to know before I had tried medications the first time a while back that these kinds of things were normal. It's not that you're broken or that it's never going to work or it's never going to get better. But right now, I kind of feel like it's never going to get better, and I don't like how I feel right now. But I guess there's pros and cons, so I'm trying to figure out what to do next.